Taylor Swift had this song in 2020 called The Invisible String.
Hmm.
And so there's this theory now that people talk about the invisible string theory, which is essentially that, you're sort of unknowingly guided to your soulmate with
Ah,
sort of an invisible string, and you don't
yeah,
recognize all the coincidences or God winks that happen
yeah,
until you meet that person.
yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I think that's a great, I haven't heard that, but it's a perfect description of what we call divine alignment. We get on a path to go somewhere at the beginning of the day. Maybe we're taking a different route and we end up somewhere and we cross paths with something or someone else. Maybe it's another person that we fall in love with. Maybe it is someone who says something that leads us to a job or a career or a belief, And if we look back upon that moment when the paths of divine alignment crossed, we will see that there was always a God wink right there.
Well, we're all in a grand GPS, God's positioning system. So when we acknowledge that God is there, then we can trust that He's going to create these little divine alignments, these little threads that divinely align one person to another, one time, a perfect time to a perfect time. So it all comes together. And when we pull back on the lens and see it from God's point of view, it all makes perfect sense that we would divinely align to meet that person at the right time. And Squire and I, honestly, because we met many, many years ago, he gave me my first job in television. And it was years later, through a God wink, he came to see a Broadway show that I was in. And I hadn't seen him in years.
Mhm.
And we were both divorced at that time. And I saw him after the show, and it was like God said, there he is. And we had coffee that day, and we had coffee every day since.
Yeah.